Hello everyone. Today, we have a story about a woman and her husband who both made mistakes but ultimately managed to save their relationship. But there's more to it than just a story. As we follow this beautiful tale, we'll also learn some new English phrases and words and how to make sentences with them. This will help us practice English in a fun and easy way. So, stay with us till the end. My name is Emily, and I live with my husband, David, and our daughter, Lily. David and I have been married for 10 years. We have a good life, a cozy house with a small garden and a wonderful little family. David works hard to provide for us, and I've always admired his dedication as both a husband and a father. Or at least, I used to. 6 months ago, we hired Noah to help around the house. He takes care of the cleaning, the garden, and even helps with Lily when we're busy. Noah is kind and quiet, always smiling. At first, he was just someone who worked for us, someone I didn't think about much. But then, one evening, everything started to change. It was a late evening, and I had just come home from work. David wasn't back yet, still caught up at the office. Lily was already asleep. I found Noah in the kitchen, reading a book. I sat down at the table with him, and for the first time, we talked. He told me about his life, how he had come to this city for work and had no family here. He seemed so lonely, and our conversation felt natural, easy. After that night, something shifted. I started to notice Noah more. When David went on a business trip for 3 days, it was just Lily, Noah, and me at home. On the first night, after Lily went to bed, Noah and I sat in the living room and talked again. We laughed about small things, and for the first time in a long while, I felt noticed. Then, something unexpected happened. I kissed him. It was a quick kiss, but it felt like an earthquake in my life. I pulled away immediately, apologizing, saying it was a mistake. Noah said nothing, just looked at me. That night, I barely slept, consumed by guilt and confusion. I told myself it wouldn't happen again. But it did. A few days later, while David was still away, Noah and I kissed again. This time, it wasn't brief, it was deep and real. And I didn't stop it. I knew it was wrong, but there was something about him that pulled me in. When David came back, life went on as usual. I cooked dinner, we played with Lily, and everything seemed normal. But inside, I was a mess. The guilt weighed on me like a stone. Every time I looked at David, I felt like a fraud. I couldn't eat or sleep properly, haunted by what I had done. Then, one evening, while putting away laundry, I noticed something on David's phone. Messages. They were from a woman named Anna, and they weren't just casual work texts. My heart sank. David was hiding something, too. At first, I was furious. How could he betray me? But then I realized I wasn't any better. We were both living a lie. For weeks, I struggled with what to do. Should I confront David? Should I tell him about Noah? One evening, I couldn't take it anymore. After dinner, I asked David to sit down. With my heart pounding, I told him everything about Noah, the kiss, and how guilty I felt. Tears streamed down my face as I apologized, expecting him to shout or walk out. Instead, he sat in silence for a moment before saying, "I've been seeing someone too." His confession hit me like a cold wind. Anna, the woman from the messages, was someone he had been meeting in secret. We both sat there, stunned by each other's admissions. It was clear we had both hurt each other deeply. The next day, we decided to let Noah go. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. We also agreed to try marriage counseling. We weren't ready to give up on each other or our family. Counseling wasn't easy at first. We had to face painful truths. The counselor asked tough questions, like why I had kissed Noah. I explained that I felt lonely, David was always busy, and I felt like we were drifting apart. David admitted he had felt the same way, which led him to Anna. Slowly, we began to understand where things had gone wrong. Rebuilding trust was the hardest part. At first, David would ask where I had been if I came home late, and I couldn't blame him. I felt the same way about Anna. But over time, we learned to be patient and honest with each other. We set new rules, no more secrets, no more hiding feelings. Months passed, and things started to improve. We spent more time together as a family, taking Lily to the park or watching movies at home. 1 year after everything happened, David surprised me with a weekend trip to the beach. It was our first trip alone in years. On the last night, he gave me a small box. Inside was a new wedding ring. A fresh start, he said. Tears filled my eyes as I realized how far we had come. We'd made mistakes, but we had chosen to fight for each other. Now, our marriage isn't perfect, but it's real. We've learned to communicate and trust again. What a lovely story that was. It taught us that mistakes and secrets can break trust, but honesty and effort can rebuild it. Relationships require patience, understanding, and the willingness to grow together. Today, we also learned some new English words and phrases to help us improve our language skills. Remember, practicing a little every day makes learning English fun and effective. Keep practicing, keep improving, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.